Good morning, youth of Africa. This early morning, I'm at my place of work, and I think what is coming in my mind as I think of youth is basically what has been going on in the whole of last week. We heard a lot about teenagers and the things that were going on, the teenagers that had disappeared, as well as this group of teenagers who were, of course, caught with other adults, drinking, smoking bang, having sex and, indulging in sex, I would say. Condoms were found, a lot of bottles of beer. And you could see it was really an indulgence. And for me, I'm particularly very passionate about the youths, and especially the youth of Africa, because in my work, these are the people that I encounter every day. These are the people I love to see them being transformed, learning and getting to employment, as well as starting their own businesses and so on. And I know something that this is true. The devil wants the youths to be destroyed. The devil has got no business in seeing anybody prospering, and he wants to ensure that the youths are torn apart. But this morning, very quickly, I just want to highlight a few things, as I said on one of our Youth of Africa pages, that if one is addicted to sex, for example, because there are many youths out there, they have indulged and indulged and indulged, and now they are addicted. They're addicted, they are not able to stop. But there needs to be a face of your reality. There needs to be a reality check. Because even for people who are married, it's not that they get to have sex every day. I mean, that is just a deception. It's a deception. There's no problem with married people having sex every day, but it's totally a deception. And therefore, there needs to be a reality check among the youths. And if you are addicted there, my fellow youth of Africa, I wanted to encourage you with 3 steps. Number 1, face your reality and admit that you need help. You need assistance. You either need a therapist or a counselor, or a mentor to take you through this and get you, to help you get out of your sexual addiction. Number 2, you need to identify with groups and meetings that help you to get away from home. If being at home leads you to watch pornography, if being at home leads you to masturbate, if being at home leads you to enter into these sexual indulgences, then go to groups and meetings that edify you, that will, or connect with people even online, or do something, read a book that is helping you, to grow, to become a better person. Do something that is, removing you out from the situation that constantly reminds you or constantly takes you back to that addiction. Number 3, you need to identify with people that care about you, so that you can always reach out to them, especially when you are about to act out. I have a friend of mine that that anytime she would feel that she wanna act out into any sexual indulgence, we would have a call and we would get to talk, and then we talk it out, and it's like a funny thing, but it's a therapy to get one out of it. And when you do that, you realize that gradually you will overcome. But many times, especially some of the men who are youth of Africa, they tend to close up. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to admit that you have a problem, and you need people to assist you. And then what happens? You fall deep in your sexual addiction. We will get to talk more about this, but I felt that it is good for us to face our realities and admit that we need help, We need to connect with people, meetings and groups, either online, offline, that will give you the necessary social support. And you need to identify with people that care about you, and you can always reach out to them when you are in that situation and you want to act out and get into indulging into sexual activity. Last but not least, this is mine. I have been doing a lot of research, but this is my own point, that number 4, you need to reach out to God. You need to allow Him to help you overcome your addiction. Every kind of addiction, it needs therapy. Sometimes you may need to go to a counselor. Sometimes you may need to go to a rehabilitation, like we've heard of alcohol rehabs, smoking rehab, rehabs that help you get out of smoking, bang, and all those sorts of things. But I still believe, bottom line, that we need to ask God to help us. If you're there and you're addicted to masturbation, cry to God. Tell Him the truth. He knows. He knows it even before you tell Him. Tell Him, God, I'm addicted to masturbation. Get me out of this. Give me the strength and the power and the ability to get out of it. Are you there? You're addicted to sex, and every weekend or every week you probably you're not married, of course, but you're out there and you have sex left, right, center. You're using up girls left, right, center, or the other way around. No, ask God to help you. If you really want to get out of it, ask God to help you. And He's a faithful God. He will help you. It's a gradual process. Give it time. Like every other addiction. There's even food addiction. People who are so used to eating certain kind of foods and you get so addicted. But all these kinds of addiction, with God's help, we are able to get out of them. Let's feel free to keep talking about this topic, and always nice to catch up with my fellow youths of Africa. Bye for now. Thank you.